Marilyn Monroe was a public figure in the 50s and 60s that died from an overdose before the age of 40. By now, many people know her story. She was abandoned by her mom and dad, and with that sense of inferiority, she developed a new persona. The truth, however, is that she didn't. This is probably what led to her overdose. The mommy and daddy issues she never healed from was the result of it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, though, but this is the Marilyn Monroe effect. Many people go through this effect in life. They believe that if they change the external enough, that the inside damage and sentence will change as a result of it. I mean, it makes the most sense. If the external was the thing that hurt me, then the external must be the thing that heals me, right? Wrong. Let's understand something. Most things are subjective, meaning most things are interpreted based on the feeling you receive from them. If you receive a negative feeling from something, then the thing must be bad. If you receive a positive feeling, then the thing must be good. The truth is that subjective feelings stem from objective facts. My mom left. That could be a possible fact. The subject is how I feel about believing. Whether I feel sad or happy is totally biased and based on a personal experience. My partner broke up with me. This may be a fact. Whether it made me happy or sad is subjected to my personal feelings towards the objective truth. These feelings based on what has happened creates internal beliefs. Subjective feelings plus objective facts equals internal beliefs. Back to the Marilyn Monroe effect. My theory stems from the internal belief that I theoretically believe Monroe had. No matter how famous, no matter how much money, she internally believed that she didn't deserve love. If she had a man that was infatuated with her, her belief system would kick in and tell her, this is fake. You don't deserve this. If she had a man that didn't love her, she would justify and say to herself, I need to prove myself. All of these systems worked against what she really truly wanted. Love. A real life example of this kind of comes from Elon Musk. Allegedly, he wanted to get on one of the islands and he was denied visitation. In the comments, many fans speculate that this is because deep down he's a nerd and the island is for popular kids. Now, this doesn't justify the obvious heinous crimes that took place on the island. It's just an observation. No matter the fame, the fortune, and the women you obtain from intelligence in his case, you can still be a nerd to other people. Another person who I believe suffers from this effect, I won't name, but we can call him Lur. He's a popular streamer on Twitch. Due to Lur's extreme insecurity, he completely changed his external appearance and moved to Miami. This resulted in him becoming extremely popular with the female demographic. Now, I have my opinion about Miami, especially the women that live there, but no matter my personal opinion, Lur is still clearly operating out of that insecure belief system that stemmed from his teenage years. Internal beliefs that stem from your interpretation from when you were a naive child needs to be questioned. The Monroe effect is the result of beliefs that are constructed around subjective experience. It leads you to make believe that the external will change the internal. Of course, are exceptions to the rule. If you're in a toxic relationship, getting out is the result of changing the external. But the internal is what got you in there in the first place. The internal is what's going to keep you going back to the same and familiar experience, the same or familiar feeling. But the release of the external has the potential to create a new kind of feeling. Let's use a personal example. When I left my home and moved into my new apartment, I immediately felt the difference that night. I slept like a baby. So yes, changing your external environment will 100% change you. The question opposes to the length that you're able to be changed for. Many people change their environment just to fall back into old habits, old belief systems. And the new thing that they stepped forward into seems to cultivate the same feeling that they were originally running away from. We can see this when a friend who says she's done with a toxic relationship ends right back with the same man because the good guys don't give them the same feeling that she was chasing. How do we change this effect? This feeling that keeps us stuck with the same belief systems no matter how much the external changes. The behavior that keeps us living paycheck to paycheck even though our yearly income grows. The behavior that keeps us in unhappy relationships or jobs. I assume that we need to change our relationship towards validation. Marilyn needed external validation to accept the true love she needed to give to herself. Many incels seek validation from other men by using women as a metric. You're stuck in a loop trying to impress other people. If they're impressed, then you give yourself the ability to feel the same feeling, whether the feeling is love, success, respect, or happiness. If someone loves you, then you can finally love yourself. If someone compliments your car, you can finally appreciate the hard work you put into your job. If your kid goes to an Ivy school, you can make believe that you did a good job as a parent. Chasing external validation is what creates the Monroe effect. Again, there are exceptions to the rule. You shouldn't rapidly change your behavior, expectations, or your looks because you woke up and decided that today is the day that you no longer seek external validation. In fact, making decisions based on the fact that you decided not to seek out external validation is a short choice that solidifies that you're doing exactly that. You just have to use a little bit of discrepancy to figure out what's really important to you. A little discernment will help you figure out your true insecurities. What is the objective thing that made you feel X subjectively? To find your shadow belief, you need to confront your core insecurities. In my personal life, I was very insecure about my intelligence for a while. In fact, when people question my intelligence, I almost feel sick. I truly hate feeling stupid because I was surrounded by people who were much more attentive in class than I was. I placed goofiness as my highest priority, which made me seem like an idiot. That inner feeling of inferiority still follows me today. It's what I do with that feeling that allows me to change my view on my insecurity. I use acceptance to solidify the lack of validation I get from others. If someone chooses to think that I'm stupid, then there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to change their opinion. Most of the time, they're projecting. People who are insecure and intelligent often get inspired to help people get smarter. The ones who are insecure and intelligent often push down or choose to be condescending. The Marilyn Monroe effect doesn't allow you to feel happy unless the person you desire is happy as well. It just slowly kills your personal opinion about yourself.